Well, here we are. It is Tuesday. That's Amore time with my partners in crime, Lady D, also Lisa Diaz, aka Mike Gallo, number one seed, Green Bay Packers. Huh? Way to go, Mikey. Proud of those guys down there. But you know what? I don't know if they're going to make it all the way, but we'll be talking about that.
Woo!
Guys, we've got a great show lined up for us here, powered by Stables Media, guys. We are on fire right now. The New Year's is starting off. This is the first show of the new year. We did the New Year's Eve show last week with Tyree Washington. Great show. A lot of people loved it. So this is our first show of the season on the network. And then obviously we've got Thursday show with SoCal SmackDown, Freedom of Rock, and we got about 4 or 5 new ones coming on board too. Miss Stephanie should be coming on here soon. We've invited a few people, but let's get to it. Right to it, guys. Big dilemma this weekend, Mike. I mean, we'll go to you and then we'll go to Lisa about this. The big thing with the Washington game. Everybody's talking about how Washington shouldn't have had the opportunity of winning that game like they did. That the Giants basically gave them a gift.
Yeah, it was a garbage game, and a lot of people.
Or the Eagles, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was the Philly. Yeah, the Philly, that Sunday night game. You know, week 17. That game should be the unbelievable game of the week when you're going to throw it on that give them that kind of spotlight. But oh my God, I mean, not only from a betting standpoint, but you know, you look at I teased it, and I couldn't even go over 38 points. That's how bad these two teams are. First of all, I think Washington's going to be one and done anyways. But overall, that coach must have got some okays from upstairs to do what he did to take Jalen Hurts out when the game was that close. I mean, there's something shady going on there, but, you know, I don't know. Why wasn't Wentz suited up? Was he hurt? That's when I didn't even look at it. I was like, why wasn't Wentz coming in there but before that schmuck that was the third string coming in there? That guy looked like a college football player playing and trying to make a comeback for Philly. It was ugly. So, you know, that game, you know, like I said, it's all on the coach, and maybe he got the okay from upper management to do that. But to me, that game was pitiful to watch.
Well, Mike, I'm gonna bring it to Lisa right now. Lisa, I know we were talking about this earlier about the over under and you know, the betting scene. You think that had anything to do with it? You think you just kind of they said the hell with it and here we go?
Yeah, just hell with it and go. You know, I had the Philadelphia Eagles points, so I wanted to see the Eagles make it and win, but that didn't happen. But right now we have the the Redskins +9. Do you actually think they're going to cover the +9 against? I think they're playing the Bucks, right?
Yeah, coming in this weekend. Yeah,
Okay,
coming in this week.
So I was actually looking at what I was liking when they came out with the number. They came out open up at 9. So I was looking at back because I always write down what I like a week ahead. So in the beginning, I was talking to you saying that I like the Bucks, right? Right. And now I'm looking like it was Redskins that I like. So now I'm in a dismay right here because now I want to mess with.
Hey, Lisa, let me ask you a question. Does it have anything to do with maybe a little too much eggnog that you had and you just kind of got dyslexic on that, or was it something new that you had?
It's just. What was that again? I couldn't even hear you because I'm over here like looking at the numbers and why.
Well, hey, I did see the line opened up at 6.5. Now the game is in Washington.
Now it's 9.
Yeah,
I'm looking at more than 9. It's got to be probably 10 right now.
Well, I'm looking at Vegas right now live on my iPad right now, and it's saying opened up at 6.5. Bet MGM has it 8.5. Win has it 8.5. William Hill has it at 8.5. The Golden Nugget has it at 8.5. So it's probably going to be around 9 at kickoff.
Well, let's go through. You guys want to hit that first? And first of all, let me say hi to everybody that's coming online here and following us.
I never usually watch the football games, but the Bears. But
well,
Bears still suck.
You guys crack me up, man.
But we're still in the playoffs.
Yeah, you are. Not for long.
out those Saints for me.
Loud.
All right, let me give my shout out here to David Andrews. David says hello, Tony, Lisa. Let me put it up on here that way you guys can see it. There you go. He says hello, Tony, Lisa, and you got your friend here, Anthony. I'm sure you know him. He says, you know what? F. Doug Peterson there.
Yep, Doug Peterson. I think it's the whole organization.
Yeah, you know what? It's it right there. He says taking Hurts out was awful. You know what? I think Mike says Taylor Phillips. He's one of our guys on our show, Michigan podcast, Michigan Truth. Thanks, Taylor. Appreciate your following us and also where you're doing a great job. Anthony says that. Haha, she thinks drinking too much, Lisa. He must know you really well.
He does.
David's probably one of our favorite guests and one of our favorite followers. David, thank you. And again, hey, by the way, I'm going to mention this on this while we're talking. I'm going to go here widescreen on this so you guys can see me a little bit better. But David, right before the holidays, Mike, and you know this, he gave me a couple bottles, a couple bottles of screwball, which I've had a couple shots already. That's probably why I'm going that way. But yeah, the peanut butter stuff, I got it inside the screwball. So thank you, David. And he gave me some cigars. I might go inside and show the cigars to Vinny. I haven't got a chance to show any of his cigars yet, but unbelievable. And we thank him for his love. And you know what? A great friend and a great loyal follower of the shows throughout the Stables media. So let's go right into it real quick. I want to start. I want to give my opinion first on what happened with the Washington game. I was talking about Sue about this, and we talked to a few other people in regards to the actual game itself. All three of those teams that were involved suck, in my opinion. I mean, here you are, 7-9 or 7-10 or whatever, 6-10. Getting a chance to make a playoff where you got teams that are out there that 10-6 that barely even got in or were on a cuff. Now you got coaches going against each other saying, you know what, they should have never done this, and because we would have been in if they would have gone on the fourth down play. Believe me, I had the over. I'm gonna tell everybody I had the over in that game. When they didn't go for it, I was like, wow, that's kind of weird just for a tie. But then again, you know what? They had nothing to lose. So for them, they did it because they wanted to sit there and see what they had in their quarterback. If they had a great defense. So I don't know, even if they did tie the game, if Washington, I think Washington defense and their offense would have scored again. So I don't know if that really meant that big of a difference on what they did. Mike, let's go to you again on this, and then we'll go around the board, and then we'll start talking about what the playoffs have, and we'll talk some other stuff that's going on in the world.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, overall, just to see what happened when they had a chance to tie it up, and they had a chance to kick a field goal, and it would have made it 17-17. And then they go for it. Jalen Hurts rolls out. And he throws a pass he was off because he was on the run. I mean, but the guy's a rookie. I mean, to me, you don't put that kid in that situation unless you got a play designed for him to run it in or something and give that a chance. But overall, the only thing that scares me about this NFC East is I believe the Packers were a number 1 seed. They had the bye, and then they play the Giants. The Giants sneak in there, and they knocked out the Packers as a
that was the year. That was the year they went 8-8. The Giants went 8-8. I think they won the Super Bowl, didn't they?
Yep, exactly. So long story short, any given Sunday, we know this, but I just think Washington's anemic on offense, very anemic. I mean, they got a couple playmakers. If Gibson gets hot at the running back, and what's McLaren, the wide receiver, but I don't know. Alex Smith seems to be a hit away from getting smoked again back to the bench. So to me, Washington's going to be one and done, but overall, I mean, these playoff matchups, I'm really keying in on some key games. I'm going to love to see Old Man Rivers against Buffalo and Josh Allen.
All right.
So we'll go there. Yeah.
Let me go around the horn here. Let me go around the horn a little bit. So, Lisa, you got the Colts and the Bills. Indy playing Buffalo. I think my take on this, and I'll give it real quick because I'm just hosting it. You guys are the stars. I think Buffalo's just on fire right now. I think I'm glad that they don't have a bye because that would have given more time to sit there and think mentally right now they're playing like they're just high school kids going outside on or high school ball and or outside playing ball in the backyard. Lisa, what do you think? You got it's what 6.5 Buffalo favored in Buffalo. Colts don't play good. Colts don't play good in the snow.
No, they don't. And which is, I like the Colts, but I like the Bills too. But I'm gonna have to go and fuck with the Bills because Josh Allen and how they've been playing the second season, they've been outstanding, and I have them going in the playoff. I don't know how far, but I'm gonna have to roll with the Bills. Actually, I'm sorry, but this is one.
All right. We got the Bills. We got the Bills. Lisa likes the Bills in that game.
Yeah,
Gallo, what do you think on that, buddy?
I'm thinking right now. I mean, the Colts beat the Packers. I've watched the Colts. I watched the Colts play. Philip Rivers can pull crap out of his ass, and I can't believe it. I still can't believe he can do this shit. I'm looking at the it opened up at 6.5. It's staying at 6.5. The total went from 52 to 51 right now. I think this game could be a shootout depending on the weather in Buffalo. But you know what? To me, the public is going either way. The line's staying right at 6.5 right now. But it is only Tuesday. Shit can change. But you know what? You know what? I can't go against Josh Allen. He was my fantasy football quarterback. The guy's a money. Stephon Diggs is a beast out there. Cole Beasley, if he's healthy, he's like a little. You know what he reminds me of? A little friggin' Wes Welker. A Welker for the Patriots. I mean, Beasley's running around the field. The only thing that Buffalo lacks, in my opinion, is a running game. So to me, you know what? Give me the points in Indianapolis. But Buffalo still wins the game. I think
No.
No. Hear me out. Hear me out. It's the playoffs. Playoffs. Here it is. Buffalo's going to win the game. Buffalo's going to win the game, but I don't know if they could win by a touchdown. I just don't think so.
Well, you got to see because we got to see where the money's going to.
The Colts defense.
The money going to.
I don't know. I keep seeing the Bouger coming up there. I don't know what's going on.
What?
Nothing. Inside story. Inside story. Hey, all right. Listen. All right. Wait. We got our friend of the Stables Network, Miss Stephanie. She says she loves the line "chicken change." So far, the best sentence of the night. She's absolutely right. By the way, Miss Stephanie's going to be coming on hopefully next week. We're going to be premiering her show. We're just kind of fine tuning a few things. I sent a few things out there on Instagram and Facebook. So stay tuned on time and date to be announced soon. But we love you, Stephanie. Thank you so much. And Stables Media guys can say more about it, man. We've got a great dream team of not only executives and people that want to help each other, but great shows across the board. So if you guys are interested out there and coming on board, contact me or any one of our guys, and we'll sit there and help you out. And this is something that we want to do, is help people out with their podcasts and shows. So now let's go back into it. Lisa, you got the Colt. You got the Bills. No, you got the Colts. You got the Colts.
I don't have the Colts win. Hey, look. All right, I want to clear this up. I don't have the Colts to win the game. I just think it's going to be a close game. Right. And I think Bills will win. But to me, 6.5, if that line goes to 7, give me the Colts plus 7.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking right now. If it goes to 7.5, I would take the Colts.
I might buy the half. Buy the half.
All right, well, here we go. I'm going to tell you about buying a half. So we've got an insider on this because he lives in Indianapolis, and he's actually one of our executives, Ken Sterling. And he basically said the Colts are going to he loves the Colts. Basically said the Colts are going to get their ass whooped. Put it on the plate for him. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He loves Philip Rivers.
The Bills.
and you know what? Let me tell you something. And here's what he says. I mean, he follows his teams. He follows all the Indianapolis teams. And, he's a big time guy out there. And he says, Philip Rivers is a great quarterback. But when you're playing, key games, and when you're playing outdoors now in inclement weather where it could be absolutely butt ass cold.
We gotta find out the weather in Buffalo. Let me find out the weather. What's gonna be like in Buffalo?
It's gonna be freezing your nuts. Cold.
Hey, Gallo, I can guarantee you this. not going to be as warm as it is in Sunny California at 85 next week.
Hey,
It's
here,
gonna
here.
be freezing. It's gonna be colder than Green Bay. Let me tell you that.
Oh, I know, but Green Bay's got a nice little week off this week. I'm loving it. I want to check out the weather and see what it's going to be like.
It's gonna be cold as hell.
Well, while you check out the weather, I'm going to sit there and do some shout outs here. Stephanie says, David, can't wait for you to be my number one fan. Sorry, man, Stephanie, she's already taken on that, but you can have the number 2 fan, I guess, on there. And we got Anthony says I see a typical Rivers show. You know what? I love the guy. I love Philip Rivers because he's from, he lived out here. I've known the guy. I've met him. Great family guy, great person. I hope he does succeed because I think he deserves the Super Bowl. I just can't see him beating Buffalo. I really can't.
Yeah. Well, what day's the game? Saturday?
It is a Saturday game. It will be the first game of the triple header.
It's not going to snow. It's not going to rain. It's 30 degrees. To me, football players love that.
It's fucking cold.
It's cold, but it ain't snowing.
Patricia, one of our other favorite followers here, she says it'll be freezing nuts out there.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, but you got to remember. I know. Hey, professional athletes, they like cold weather. They want to get pumped up.
They're gonna have to do a lot to pump down
Hey,
nuts they got.
It is the nuts. Hey, but you know what? Hey, Mark. Hey, we should write this down. I say Buffalo's gonna win the game, but not cover.
Okay.
My pick. I'm writing this down, guys. I'm writing this down. So let me get this. We've got 2. You're saying Buffalo wins but doesn't cover. Lisa says Buffalo loses, Colts win. I say Buffalo blows them out.
I said Buffalo at the beginning.
I said Buffalo blows them out. I'm writing it down right here. So
I say Buffalo too. So
okay, you changed your mind now?
I've always went with Buffalo, but then when I see thinking of changing these damn numbers, I'm gonna fuck with Buffalo. Fuck that.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I feel more confident with some other games. When you get to those, I'll tell you which one I feel.
So now our next game that's lined up on the Saturday game stat, we got the Rams and Seahawks. I'm going to give you my take, and then we'll go around. The Rams, I watched them play. They stink. I don't even know if the quarterback. I don't think his quarterback's going to be coming in with a broken thumb.
Yeah,
and then the Seahawks. And let me tell you this, and we'll go to you, Mike, first. You got Seahawks, and Seahawks. They play tough at home in playoff situations, brother. There's no better team out there. Maybe a couple other ones that really grind down when it comes down to
Yeah, it's very tough to play in Seattle.
Yeah. So what's your take?
Yeah.
Seattle all the way?
Yeah, there's no fans. So that makes a difference. But if Goff's not playing, take Seattle and give away those 5 points. I think it's sitting at 5. Oh,
4.
Hey,
4.
It's 4.
Okay. Yeah, it's 4. Now, Golden Nugget, William Hill have it at 4 -4. Give away that 4. I'd give it away.
So you don't take the Rams against the Hawks.
Lisa, what do you like?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
What do you like?
I kind of like the Seahawks, but I don't like how small the spread is.
It's going to be a tight game. If Goff is,
I can see them trying to cover the spread and keeping it a close game, but I don't know the way fucking Rams been playing.
Well, that's what.
Go take the Rams.
Rams defense is good. They're good.
I'm gonna take the Rams +4.
Yeah, but now are you going to take the Rams quarterback, even if he is available to play over the Seahawks quarterback? I mean, the guy's been to a Super Bowl before, and he knows how to play. He just needs to.
Defense wins, but not wins. But defense can cover the spread as well. So
yeah,
all right.
Hey, but I want to tell you, one guy that's a champion is Russell Wilson. I think he wins this game by a touchdown. I don't know, just saying.
I agree with you on that. I like Seahawks -4 on that. So we got Gallo on the Seahawks. Same thing with you, Lisa.
I'm going to go with the Rams.
Ooh, you're going with the Rams, Lisa. The Rams.
Now,
Gallo and T.
what if Goff's not playing, Lisa?
Oh well, so I'm taking a chance.
You're still taking the Rams. All right.
Wow. She's going with the defense on that. Okay, so let's go to our third game, guys.
Defense wins championships, baby.
We're gonna get through this here because we got a lot of topics we want to talk about. We got the Bucks Washington. My take on this, guys: Bucks kill them. They got a -8. I think they will kill them by 15 to 20 points. What's your take, Gallo?
I'm going Bucks all the way. Bucks to the over. They're gonna not stop scoring. But then again, you got Ron Rivera, who's a defensive-minded coach, so maybe that's not a smart bet. That's my gut reaction. I think the defense for Washington will hold, but they're going to lose, and Tampa Bay is going to win by at least 2 scores. At least 2 scores. Tampa Bay wins that easy.
Hey, Basu says it's like we all know what we're talking about. Hold on a second.
Hi, Basu. Happy New Year.
We haven't even touched your team, Basu. That sucks. I don't know how they made it.
I don't know because I'm taking. Let's just be quiet about it. It's like you all know what you're. I know what the hell I'm talking about. I know about numbers, okay? And I follow the numbers. I don't follow all this bullshit they be talking about, all these damn players and shit. Like I give a shit about the players and how much runs in their defense and shit.
Aaron Donald.
I run by numbers. So
okay, well, hey, Basu, he can sit there and the only thing I'm not very good at basketball, but football I'm pretty good at hitting. And last weekend I went 15-2, so I think I did pretty good. And the only game I lost was the Washington game. Only game.
Games.
You did good. Not as good as me, but you did good.
I won 8 games.
All right, fourth game. We got Ravens Titans, Baltimore by 3. That was a tough one. In Baltimore. They're Baltimore playing at the Titans and they're Tennessee, yeah.
But they've been on fire lately too, so you know that it is. But it is. Have seen how they played against the last 2 teams? They just like fucking dominated.
Yep. But hey, so what, Lisa? Who are you taking?
This is hard for me, but I would have to take the Ravens.
Down to a 3.5. Yeah, I'll take the home dog. Give me Tennessee plus 3.5. I'll take the home dog with Derrick Henry.
Okay.
I would bring
it down to 2.5 though. That for Ravens. So I don't.
Ooh, yeah, 3. Yeah, it's down 2.5, 3. If you can get 2.5, that ain't bad.
I'm gonna pass on this game and go over only.
Ooh. I don't like the over only because of the way they love to run the ball a lot in Tennessee.
You know what though? The problem is that you always have to expect the unexpected. I've seen more so when teams come in knowing they're playing for the run and playing for the defense. They tend to sit there and wear out that defense, and they start passing, baby, and you start scoring. And your defense can sit there and score you 7 points, very easy. So I'll go the over on that. I don't even know what the over is, but I don't think it's that high.
54.5.
It's 54.5.
That's a pretty good over.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good over. But I still like it. Now we're gonna go to Basu's shitty team. The Bears.
Oh, hold on! Don't be talking shit about my Bears, because I like the Bears too. That's my
the little bitty Bears.
Man,
the bitty Bears.
That's why we gave you a hell for the first 2 quarters. Don't be talking shit. Yeah, I got.
All right, that's Lisa Deeves. Her 2 cents. Gallo. We're gonna go to you live. We're gonna go to you live. Like, look at it, right here on location.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, the Bears are going to be destroyed. The Saints are going to kill them. It might be 40-something to 17. Yeah, to me, Saints go. You roll with the Saints. What's the line sitting at right now?
10.
Yeah, give me the Saints.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same thing on that. I like the Saints. Basu's coming in with hearts. He loves. I don't know who he loves. He loves Lisa. But I will say this though. I will say this. I don't think it's gonna be a close game.
Yeah.
Lisa, I don't think it's gonna be a close game. I know you like the Bears.
+10, baby. We're gonna come back. We're gonna keep it close.
You think their defense can, huh? I think Breeze will pick that.
Our
Now
defense can. Bro,
you
what?
gotta.
First in defense, so we'll see what happens. Fuck Drew Brees. But
Hey, all I'm saying is that Bears defense was at home against my Packers.
But we always have trouble with the Packers. That's the thing. It's a rivalry. And we always have issues with you. We can cover against y'all, but we can never. I can't even remember a time. I think we won one time against you like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Against the Green Bay. But we always have covered against y'all guys.
Not last week.
But exactly. But still, it's COVID. So we're gonna.
I know. Hey,
No, I don't.
I'm not mad at you for being.
I don't agree. I don't agree with.
The Saints defense is just as good as the Bears, and it's going to be a good game.
I'm gonna go with a +10.
Take it.
What's the over? So Gallo and I are in the Saints. Gallo and I are Saints. Gallo and I in the Saints, and Lisa's on the Bears. What's the over under on that? What's the over under?
47.5. I'll take the over. Write me down for the over too.
I like the over on it too. The only thing that scares me, Gallo, is that the Saints hold the Bears from scoring at all. I think maybe 7-10 points.
That could be possible too.
Honestly, I don't think. Man, let me tell you something. I don't see. Everybody keeps talking about Chicago. Every game that I watch, it was their defense that kept them in the game. Their defense has scored some points, and they got lucky a few times to sit there and they play some crappy teams that sit there and won. But overall, any good team that was mediocre or above, they didn't do crap. And Basu, you can chime in on this right now.
Mitch
I know he
better play his ass off before he get cut off.
All right, so we got two of the Saints, one of the Bears. Last game of the week. That's going to be a tough one here. I think the Browns and the Steelers. The Browns are underdogs by 6. That's a tough game.
I would have to take
Steelers are going to kill them.
But the Steelers covered against them, and it was like +10. But but what if they come back? But is Ben playing that one? Because I know they set Ben out for.
No, he's playing. He playing.
He playing.
He's playing.
Oh my
God! I called him personally and found out he's playing.
They were doing great. Browns are doing great the first 2 half, and then they just fucked up the second half, and that's when freaking Pittsburgh came back and scored. And I was worried because I had Pittsburgh +10, and I'm like, oh man, did I do a stupid pick right there? But like I kind of deep down knew they was gonna come back the second half. So like they're gonna come back without Ben ass.
Just so you know, this is the first time I've ever seen Basu not have any kind of comment whatsoever about his Bears. So we're going to keep him on cusp here and see what he says about the Bears.
Hold on, I got something for Basu. Watch out for my G. Look at that G.
There you go. Look at that, Gallo. Patricia agrees with you. Patricia's one of our followers that she agrees with you.
Packers, man.
Go, Pack, go.
Okay, so David Andrews says Steelers, and I like to bring people in on this and get everybody to chime in and kind of get involved. And David says the Steelers are going to win and cover. David says that, and you got Basu chiming in here right now. He says if they win against the Saints, guess who they play? Who they get again? Yeah, we know who they get. The Packers, you keep saying yeah, but here's what I'm going to say on this, Gallo. Yeah. I don't know where you went, but I'm gonna take, and this is only one game that I'm gonna go against everybody here. I'm gonna take the Browns.
Ouch!
I really am. I'm gonna take the Browns, and the reason being is I think they're gonna be set up. Their mind is gonna sit there and say, "Hey, wait a minute, we can beat them." And again, it's playoff, man. It's not like you're playing regular season. It's playoff. So I like the Browns, and I like the under in that game.
Hey! I'll book your bet, sir. I'll take Pittsburgh, and I'll book it.
What's the over under?
Oh gosh, the over under for that one's about 47.5.
I like the under. What's the weather like going to be on that day?
Shitty.
Cold.
Cold.
Hey, by the way, I just want to let you guys all know. I went to the
Stop
store today.
showing us your nuts, Tony. What the hell?
We don't want. I'm gonna go in large frame here. We're gonna go in large frame. So I went to the store today, and they had these miniature apples. These are miniature apples. Look.
Where'd you get? What store? I want some.
They went Sprout.
Tastes good. I think I remember when I was young, trying those things.
Now you know. Listen, for my friends out there, Stephanie, you can use one of these.
I gotta pick me up some apples.
Okay, so hold on. Now that we did like the whole thing of our little playoffs, who do you think is going to win against the Alabama and Ohio State?
Ohio State, take the points.
Take
the points.
Not against Alabama.
No, but take the points. Ohio State's going to cover that game. We'll talk about that.
I don't think they cover. They cover against Clemson because that was like a rivalry against last year, and I was.
No. You got to remember something though. Ohio State hasn't played as many games. I know we jumped on this, but I'm truly a fan of Ohio State right now.
Fuck Ohio State. I have never been an Ohio State fan.
No, I hate them. I hate them. But for making money,
take them last week.
Hey, for making money,
they'll come back.
Take the points. Take the points. Take the points because Ohio State is gonna cover that spread. Trust
what's the spread, Gallo? What's the spread?
Oh shit! Let's look it up.
And I Hold on. It was -6.5 for Alabama.
I'm pulling it up right now.
By the way, Stephanie, my apples are not small.
Yeah, apples are small.
Hey, hold on. I got the updated line right now live. If you were in Vegas in a sports book right now.
What is it now?
+8. 8.5. 8 at Golden Nugget. Give me 8 points. Ohio State's gonna cover that easy.
What was the opening line on that?
7. Like 9 or 10.
7.
I think you're gonna see that line go up to 10.
Yeah. If that line goes up to 10, I'll take it. But
I'm telling you.
To like 8 or 7.
Yeah, but Ohio State's only played like 7 games now, 8 games. They're just heating up right now, heating up.
Okay.
Bama. Hey, let's talk about Bama. I'm an Irish fan. Notre Dame had no business. I mean, granted, they earned a chance to do it because they beat Clemson earlier, but that was without their quarterback and a couple other players. But they did beat Clemson, so that's what earned them a spot. But that test for Bama to get in this championship game was a joke. Who else could have been there? I don't know.
I'll tell you this. I was super shocked. I know they covered. I think they covered, if I remember correctly, but they didn't come out and play at all, man. I mean, the Irish team not for 2 games. I mean, for one they got in, and they both games.
They shit the bed against Clemson and shit the bed against Bama. Yeah, I'm an Irish fan, and that's their MO. They get to one of these big bowl games and they shit down their leg, and it's not fun to watch.
No, I never.
Hey, but I got an update for you guys. I had to put this on because my daughter changed the channel. But the USA, I'm a big hockey fan. If you guys like hockey, the USA juniors, there's 2 Kings players on that team right now. Turcotte's one of them, and there's another kid. But USA is going to pull the upset. I know Joe sent me a text, take Canada on the money line, but USA's up 2-0 right now in the third period with 10 minutes left.
Yeah, Joe was watching it. She was saying that to me. She was watching it. And speaking of Joe, let's bring up what you guys have planned, Miss Lady D, and I'll bring you up here up front so you're front and center. And unless you don't want to talk in front of your little one, but let me go up front and center with you here and get rid of the console. What do we got planned coming up with you and our friend Joe?
Okay, guys, listen, me and Joe got something going on coming in February. We're getting everything worked up. We're doing like a website. We're going to be doing a show, and we're going to do a different twist to this show. So you're going to have to stay tuned and watch how we're gonna do it. But it's gonna be a betting show with me and Joe and Cam. So, which is a guy, but we're turning everything different. So I can't wait for y'all to see our vision into this game, to this show we have, and I hope y'all love it. And I hope y'all turn in every Monday because that's what we're thinking of doing every Monday evening. And just stay tuned. Just
Do we have a
I'll let you know.
do we have a name of the show yet?
It is hustle and grind.
Yeah, I like it.
By the way, I've
Grind.
seen the logo. I've seen the logo, and it's pretty hot. So I think the merchandise alone would be a hot selling item because putting it on your hat, this logo is unbelievable. So stay tuned. Yet, obviously, powered by Stables Media is going to be.
This is going to be fire, and this is going to put females more. Well, me and Joe out there more because I just have such a great feeling about this, and I love working with Joe. So it's going to be
Lisa,
fire.
don't worry about it, honey. We'll get you out there. We're going to get you out in Hollywood. Over here, they have Hollywood.
Believe that. It's
Are,
gonna
are
be
you
fire.
are you guys going to cover all the sports like hockey too?
We're gonna do it all.
Cool.
Hockey, football, college football.
Are you going to be
NBA.
active? Is your first episode going to be before the Super Bowl?
We're gonna do a Super Bowl episode first before the Super Bowl. So
I like it.
So we got Stephanie saying looking forward to it again. I told you we got a whole bunch of shows coming on, powered by Stables Media, guys. Not only Joe's and Lady D's, but ours here. Stephanie's coming on. We've got another comedy show coming on. We've got about 6 or 7 shows, guys, on top of already the 10, 12, 13 that we have. So we're going to be, by the end of January, we should be 20 plus. And then we're shooting for a goal. And we talked about this with our executive team. We're shooting for a goal to add 10 to 15 more shows by the end of the quarter. So, guys are contacting us, so we're trying to do the best we can to keep them up and running. And you know what? It's fun, helping people out. There's a lot of great shows out there. They just don't know how to get everything put together and get themselves out. Numbers are one thing, but the great thing that we have is the power of the executive team and then the numbers that we can bring across the board. So that's great about that. Again, we are streaming live right now on our Facebook page, also our Stables Media page. If you guys haven't followed it yet, like it. And also on our YouTube channel. Right now, if you go to YouTube alone and punch in Stables Media Network, you'll see us live. My kid sees us every Tuesday. He loves it. He's like, Daddy, you said some bad words. I said, that's okay.
You know what's a bad word? The Bears. That's a bad word.
Hey, he's going to sit there and he wants to be the gaming show with them.
I have my phone mic because my daughter over here thinking she's a musician and playing with the piano.
Nice.
Well, that's good. That's good. Let him go. Let her do it. Let her do it. Let her do it. You know what? I read an article today that says the people that are leaders. And let me go into live on this one here because I think this one makes a big difference. One of the things they said, the article said, people that are leaders are the ones that allow their kids to be free and do things without micromanaging them all the time. Now, I understand discipline. I understand making sure the kids aren't hurting themselves or doing things that shouldn't be done. But letting them use their imagination and letting them solve problems allows them to become leaders as they grow up and become young adults and adults in this crazy world that we live in. So, you know what? I think it's great. Lisa, let her do it. And, as long as she doesn't sit there and drive you nuts, you're okay.
Yep.
And Lisa, if she does drive you nuts, you got some good thing called eggnog. Look at eggnog.
Oh,
You threw out all the eggnog.
why did we come up with the idea about TikTok? Unbelievable.
Oh, dude. By the way, the new one that's coming up, and Miss Lisa didn't send me an invitation. That's okay. That's all right. Lisa, you can tell everybody what the new thing. I'll send you an invite. Don't worry. But what's the new one, Lisa D? The new hot social media platform. She's yelling at her kid right now. She doesn't. Hey, Lisa, you want me to take you off mute?
Hey, what show is it? I mean, what? social media platform is it?
Oh my god, dude. Lisa, unmute yourself. Oh my god.
Oh, and she keeps playing the damn piano. I'm like, I'm trying to listen. I'm like, can you turn it off?
That's okay. We want to know, Lisa. We want to know what the hot new social media Hey, we want to know what the hot new social media platform is.
Okay, so I have a question. There's a new app going around, and it's called the Clubhouse. But
The
this
clap.
is like in beta testing right now, and you got to be invited to go into the Clubhouse. So unfortunately, I found somebody, one of my good friends, who had an invite, and like, can you please invite me to the Clubhouse? And now they're dogging this app on Instagram, these so-called DJs and musicians, saying that it is fake and it's more like people segregating and acting like they got money and giving people false hope of networking. And I
Okay.
don't know, have you heard of this app, Mike? Because a lot of athletes are in here and a lot of people in there. I never had no problem with this app. I met Jen Waters, who was the first female coach for the Arizona, the defense
She's been
coach
on
for
our.
Arizona, and she is fucking awesome. I love her. She is just a
Wait.
cool person.
Okay, hold up. You guys met in this place called the Clubhouse?
Right.
Yeah. And
So
it's like everybody's on there. I see other ex MLB players in there. I'm in like my category is on there like all nothing but sports. So sports people who work with social media, who works with physical therapy, who's just like networking and getting out there. And
Does it
it's
cost
big
money?
now.
Does it
Huh?
cost money?
no.
No, it's free. You just gotta be
So
invited.
so the way it works, Mike. So real quick, and the reason why I know a little bit about it because Tyree Washington got into it, and he mentioned it to me. And right now, it is by invite only. They've gotten so big so quick that it's invitation only. All the big sports guys and there's musicians, a lot of LeBron James, a lot of pitchers, they're all in it. But it's all audio. There's no visual. There's no visual.
There's no typing.
No, you can
No
communicate.
typing.
You go into a room. You can talk to LeBron James like you were in at his house and become friends with him. And that's what the big thing is right now is that it's the stigma of finding out people. We lost Lisa. Lisa got mad at her daughter and said, "I'm going off."
Yeah. So yeah, I got to look into this thing. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I haven't heard about it.
Yeah, it's called Clubhouse, and then once I get the invite, I'll send you one too. But it's by invitation only, and once one person invites someone, and another person can invite them, and then eventually they'll open it up the platform to social media, just like they did with Facebook. But I think you know what? It's something new, something different. Who knows?
Yeah. Is there any advertisement on this thing?
Oh, these guys, they're backed by big venture capitalists right now. I looked into it, man.
How do they make money?
They get their advertising. They got the VC guys already putting big money in it, so they already know there will be something that'll be another. They're looking at it another Facebook, but with kind of like the high end echelons. And I'm not saying that Facebook is not. It's just right now Facebook is not. You don't know who's who. If they're fake, they're not.
Oh no. Oh, by the way, I was going to bring that up. That's a topic I want to bring up because you probably see on Facebook. I like my local media, like Long Beach Post, the KTLA News, which is one of our news stations out here. Every time I'm looking on this thing, there's a lot of just negativity, and I'll post something like, in regards to this virus. Right now I keep seeing it every day. I'm having nightmares about it. Hospitals overwhelming, and I'm not saying they're not. I get it. People are dying. Morgues are being overfilled right now. Here's my thing. They're not telling us who's dying. I don't like that. I'm not saying you have to tell me a name, but give me a little bit of stats. Give me the ages of the people that are dying. Do they have underlying health issues? Because all they're doing, this media, and especially on Facebook, is spreading so much fear. And it's unwanted. We're already stressed out to the max already with the at-home school learning. The fact that all our entertainment venues are closed down. I mean, and then you go on your social media platform and it's like the world is ending. So I'll post something positive like, hey, did you know so many people recovered today from COVID? And then I get blasted for not being sensitive to the people that have died. And I get ridiculed. And I've had a block. I was telling my wife today, I had to block maybe 15 people that were commenting on my one little comment. I didn't post it on my page. I just posted it on the news outlet. And I probably had 15 people not threaten me, but basically just try and make me look really bad. And so I've gotten to the point now where I'm clicking on these people's profiles and it's a picture of a flower, or it's a picture of a cat, or it's a picture of a car. That's their profile picture.
I
So
won't. I won't. And so you know this. I mean, obviously, I get a lot of. You probably have the same thing as an ex-ball player, but I get a lot of friend requests. I'm very, very, very limited on who I sit there and accept. I'll go in and kind of vet them and sit there and see if they've done posts before, if they have a picture, if they have pictures of people they're engaged with. So, even their families or whatever. Then I'll sit there and say, not some guy that just sit there and has a picture of him sitting on a car and he hasn't posted for 2 months. And you don't know if they're fake or real. So a lot of times I won't even deal with it.
Yeah, and to be honest, like you and I could go right now, make a new email address, whatever the hell we want. Take that new email address, go to Facebook, sign up, and we could be Joe Blow and just want to fight the world on social media. And you could be the most hated person, but they don't even know who you are. You got some fake email address that you just signed up with. So to me, Facebook is really lost its aura, its pizzazz, but not knocking Facebook. There is good things to use with Facebook, but overall,
Finally,
fake people out there. What happened to you? What happened?
my iPad died.
Oh, the iPad died.
Hey, next time, Lisa, just so you know,
Oh,
we have a show every Tuesday. It's called That's Amore, and it starts at 8 p.m. And normally, like I tell my daughter, always plug in your iPad beforehand
It
and
was
your iPhone.
flooded, but my iPad's ghetto, so it dies out.
if you were a Green Bay Packer fan, your battery would be charged.
It was charged. It was charged and ready for the show. So
All right, let's change. Lisa, I don't know if you missed on that. We were talking about the social media app, the one that you were talking about, and also with Facebook, how
Love
some
it.
people just
Great idea.
go crazy on it. And you're absolutely right. There are people that just go off and they hide behind the words. And those are the type of people that actually would never confront you in real life on an issue that they have. On Facebook, they'll say anything they want. I'll give you a quick example. Last week when we had Tyree Washington on, there was a post that someone had put up and said, I'm really depressed. And it was a friend of mine that I knew, and a lot right away people like, hey, you know what? People are depressed right now for the end of year thing, family, friends, holidays, they can't see each other. So a lot of people were giving her a sign, encouragement, words of encouragement, advice, and all that. And some jagoff, and I'm going to say that I would have said a different word, but I don't know if my kids are listening. Posted it sent her a message of a picture of a noose. And I sat there right away. I went and I said, this guy, and I blasted him. I said, how dare you? You don't even know what this person is going through. Although I was just joking. I said, that's a joke?
That's not a joke. I don't find that.
I didn't find, no, I didn't find, so Tyree, we were talking about this because we're trying to give hope to people that, hey, things are going to be better. Don't look at the negative, like you said, Mike, and so on and so forth. And when this person did that, I was like, do they not realize what something like that could really cause someone to sit there and say, you know what, maybe my life is not worth it and just see you later?
Check out.
So,
never know.
Anybody out there that's listening, I know I don't want to go on this subject too much, but if you're listening, there's always hope. Don't ever give up. Reach out to someone. Reach out to one of us. We'll always try to reach out to someone to help them out. And if we can, we're there. That's one of the things that I've always preached, guys. You don't know what someone's going through, even though when someone says, I know what you feel or how you feel, you never feel, you just got to sit there and give them an open mind. And yeah, that's it.
Right. Like today I made a comment on a local media page that, someone's one out of every, I don't know, they said some crazy stat that one of every 5 persons is testing positive for COVID, and a person's dying every 9 seconds of COVID right now. So I made a comment like, well, there's one person every 3 seconds that's surviving COVID. We don't see that in the media.
No, we don't.
They're painting this black image of a dark image of death and overcrowding, and now the new thing is, if you call the paramedics, they're not coming to pick you up unless you are absolutely going to be dead. Then they might take you in. But down here in Southern California, it is Armageddon on the social media. Now, when you look outside, it's normal. But on social media, I'm telling you, you would think I want everybody to get COVID and die based on what these people are saying to me. So I was telling Tony that I had to block at least 20 people today on Facebook from their comments that they left underneath me. So I was like, what is this? I don't get it. And then there's
because they discombobulate what you say to their
thinking.
what they want to hear.
Yeah.
And you're not telling them what they want to hear, so they're gonna go discombobulate everything and reword shit that you know. And that's with me with my friends too. But you know, I don't have time. These like we were talking about on my personal Facebook, but I don't really give a shit what they think. They come talk shit about me like, oh, you must be some kind of special for voting. I'm like, well, you must be some kind of dumb sheep then, bitch. Just like that. I have to
you been thrown? Wait, D, have you been thrown in Facebook jail before?
No, not yet.
I've been thrown in Facebook jail 3 times.
Oh, I have one time for like 24 but I was showing a new lady with tired titties.
Oh God! Well, I got busted for calling someone a sheep. I said you're a sheep, and then I got busted.
Well,
I'm sorry, guys.
Stephanie tells us.
And yeah, I'm mostly an independent party. I would say I'm Republican, but I'm more leaning towards. I'm I'm independent more because I can go with both sides and see whatever. I don't let anything deter me. Right. And I've always been like that, but I always tell people I'm conservative just to see what rides I can get out.
Now, come on, you're not that conservative. We know you.
Oh, breaking news! Breaking news! The United States hockey team, the juniors, had just defeated Canada. Oh, Canada just lost. Joe, I love you, Joe. But USA.
Okay. Hold on. So now we have all the Georgia thing. So I was telling my friend, like, I was sitting and watching the hearings because I like to do this. I like to watch things like that and try to.
Oh, I'm telling you, guys.
Listen, I'm talking. Who cares?
I wish I would have played hockey.
Wow, look at it. Hey, Lisa, Stephanie said you know that you go both ways, girl.
Stop.
Guys, these guys
Stop.
Hey, Gallo, do me a favor. Hey, Lisa, hold on a second, honey. Hold on. Gallo, do me a favor. You got your ring there somewhere?
Yeah, I can go get it.
Yeah, come on, get that ring. People have been asking me, and I said, nah, I don't want to.
Can you? I want to see the ring.
No, I'll
too.
get.
Yeah, I want to see how shiny it is, that fake ring you got.
I got my ring on. Hey,
do you get it clean?
Turn the USA. One. That's all right. But,
do you get it clean, or do you clean it yourself?
No, he hasn't made.
I got a maid.
Kind of like you. You have a sugar daddy. He has a maid.
All right.
I need a maid.
The Canadians. Hey, they're showing tears and jeers for Canada. There's grown ass men crying out there. Wind that. All right, here it is.
Oh, Stephanie's crazy.
In all its glory. I'll get you straight. Here it is. Here's Gallo.
Oh, look at that.
All right, hold on.
Can I take a picture with it one day when I meet you?
Of course.
Mike, hold on. Lisa, hold on. Because I'm the host of the show, and you got to start. Mike, explain to everybody. A lot of people don't know who you are in the sense of what you did prior to this, even though I promote it. But explain to people that when they're watching the show and on YouTube or whatever it may be, who you are, how you got that, what person you beat up to get it, and
He
so on and
sucked
so
a
forth.
lot of dick for it.
Oh my God, dude! Oh my
No,
God!
no. It's that red ruby.
Oh my God, kids! I hope you didn't hear that.
No. I did a lot more than that, D.
Holy cow, dude!
Hey,
Ooh, that was a good one. That was a good one. All right, tell us how you got that.
all right. So I got called up in this year, 2005. The year 2005. I'm sitting in AAA. John Franco gets released. I get called back up to the big leagues, and I get to be involved in a July, August, September playoff run. And so we became National League champions in 2005. There's the Astrodome. Let me see if I get that clear. There it is. That's a good. So that's the Astro. Well, no, that's Minute Maid. Sorry, not Astrodome. Minute Maid. So since 2005, I was a relief pitcher. Came in to face lefties. I did my job. I faced AJ Brzezinski twice, who's an asshole. No, he's a good guy. He's just an asshole. And there's my name. It's his first World Series under there because the Houston's never been to the World Series, and that was their first year. But on the ring,
Do you still think they're cheaters?
We didn't cheat. But hey, I'll tell you right now that when baseball season starts and we start talking about baseball, the electronics and the iPads and this and that, and even the pitchers got a little card they put in their back pocket on how to pitch to guys. That's bullshit, in my opinion. You got to just know who you're facing and trust your catcher.
I can't wait for baseball so we can talk about it, and then you can help me win more.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike. So I want everybody to know, because I know the story a little bit, because we've been on shows together. Explain to everybody. Explain to everybody. The actual ring is not really actually the true ring that came from the World Series.
I left that story out. So the original ring that I got, I shared with little leagues. I shared with kids on the neighborhood. I've let them hold it, take pictures with it. Well, one day in April of 2018 or it was 2018. I thought I put it back in my case and it wasn't there.
What?
So I panicked, filed a police report, and what they do in Long Beach is they notify all the pawn shops. If anybody turns it in for cash or whatever, that it gets held, and then I get notified. But so far, the ring hasn't shown up. So I contacted Nolan Ryan's son, Reed Ryan. So I called Reed Ryan up, and I'm like, Reed, he was the president of the Astros then. This is 2019. And he goes, hey, I go, look, I lost my World Series ring in 2005. He goes, Mike, I got my ring. I go, look, I'll send it over to our ring guy here in Houston. He'll make a mold of it, and we'll get you another ring. Just give me the payment information. I'm like, all right. So $2,000 later, boom, I got another one made. So you know what? It's exactly the same thing. In fact, it's a little bit shinier, but it was $2,000. So
they held on to that ring and was never sold or anything.
Well, what I'm thinking, and I'm going to chime in on this, and then we'll sit there and talk about this. I want to get some comments that are coming in here. David says, "Thank you for showing that. Appreciates it." Is that pure gold? Yes, Stephanie. It's not brass.
Pure gold. Hey, look.
Mike doesn't go to the brass rail, Stephanie.
Let me see what this thing says. Does it say the gold in there?
Yeah, it's gold, brother. What do you think it is?
It's 10 carats. It's got a 10K.
Yeah, it's a plated gold.
No. Right here, it says 10K. 10K.
Well, it must be 10K on but the original one, I guarantee, wasn't 10K. Those diamonds.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know the diamonds are, these little diamonds, there's like 4 baguettes on each side. I don't know what that means. Maybe the 4 series. I don't know. But long story short, the original ring was made in Canada.
Oh!
Canada. And then that ring shop or that ring place is done. They closed down. So he had to go to his ring guy, and the guy did a hell of a job. Let me tell you,
Well, and here's the funny thing about it, because I've had situations where I've had things stolen. I had a Rolex. If the police report, they send them all to all these pawn shops. You never see it, because most of the time, usually a drug addict or whatever it is, they're taking it. They're either selling it to someone for 10, 20, 30 bucks, whatever, 100 bucks, and then it's never going to go to a pawn shop, or they melt it down and you'll never see it again. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
that's kind of
That's what the cop said. The cop said some tweaker probably found it and they melted it down. I was like, no way.
yeah. No, same thing happened with me. I bought a Rolex when I first opened my first restaurant in 2016. We got robbed, and I wasn't home. They came in. I had my Rolex, my diamond ring, the whole deal, and I had a bezel. And the officer said, "Tony, more than likely they'll never bring it to a pawn shop, because they're not going to get. They'll just sell it to one of their buddies for 50 or 100 bucks to get some, whatever they need, and then that person will sit there and do whatever it is, and you'll never see it again." So.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. That sucks. So, hey, I got a couple more things. We got a couple more things to talk about before we end the show here. We're going to do about another 20 minutes, 25 minutes here. First of all, you're listening to Das Amore, starring Mike Gallo and Lady D, Lisa Diaz, hosted by myself, Big Daddy T, powered by Stables Media, guys. For all the people out there that are listening or they're interested in doing a show or some kind of media, if they got a blog or if they got a comedy show, or even like I'm doing a cooking with Big Daddy, a little segment with my daughter and other people that are coming in. We've got room. We've got a stable of professionals that want to sit there and help each other out in all the shows. So contact us. We'll help you out. Now, that being said, today, and Gal, I want to go to you first. No charges were against the gentleman that shot. I'm not going to even say gentleman, because I don't. Let me go back. Let me rewind. Okay.
Rewind.
So the gentleman that got shot 8 times in the back, unarmed, by a police officer in Wisconsin.
Oh.
And remained paralyzed. Today they came out and decided that there was going to be no charges filed against the police officer that shot him 8 times. I'm going to give my 2 cents first, and I'll leave it to you guys.
Yep.
I haven't seen it, so I try to stay away from that.
Right. And I want to bring this up because, again, we are, our show, we talk about different things and different avenues and in life in general, and try to make people understand that it's not,
right.
We'll go, like Lisa said before, we'll go both ways. We don't always sit there and agree with one thing or disagree. But I have to say this in regards to this, because I've been through the situation where officers use excessive force.
Mm-hmm.
To me, shooting a person 1 time is bad. Shooting a person 2 times is bad. Shooting a person 8 times is horrific. It's horrific. Especially when you have the power of a pistol in your hand, you have the badge, and then you have fellow officers that are around you. And I don't care what this guy did. If he was armed, then they could have sit there and disabled him, which he wasn't armed. They said they found a knife in his car, wasn't in his hand. But again, police officers, there's a whole bunch of sides of the story. But never mind being right or wrong. My point to this conversation is, how do you sit there and say to me that you shoot someone 8 times and it is not excessive and they should not be charged with some kind of crime? Because if I did that, if I spanked my child 1 time, someone would call Child Protective Service and I would get arrested. If I spanked my child 8 times and beat the shit out of him, pardon my French, I'd be in jail for the next 30 days. So why is it that someone that has a badge thinks it's okay to be above the law and think they can get away with it? Because, Mike, when you played ball, you had things that you had to follow protocol. You had to follow reasons. You had to do things. When I tell my kids, you go to school, you listen to your teachers, you follow things. If you do something wrong, you have to pay the consequences. Right. I'm not saying what the gentleman did was right, but what the police officer did was even worse by shooting him not once, but 8 times. And now he's basically said, it was not excessive force. Where does that line get drawn? Let's go to you first, Mike. This is a serious subject, and then we'll go to Lisa, and then we'll come back here. And this brought up a lot of comments here on Facebook, so I'll bring the comments in as we go. Let's go to you, Mike, on this, and then we'll talk about it.
Okay, yeah. So I pay attention to this stuff, and I see it all the time because I have a lot of friends that are cops. A lot of friends. California cops are trained in a certain way where that should not happen. 8 shots is a little extreme, but you got to put yourself in that police officer's shoes. They already kind of knew who this guy was. I guess he was already violent in the past, and he was ignoring commands. When you ignore commands, you leave the power of your life is now in the hands of police officers when you ignore police commands. I understand that the 8 shots is a little extreme, but these cops are trained in different areas of the country. I think there should be one uniformed procedure, and it should be every state should be the same, but every state's different. And I've heard one state has a 6-week crash course, and you're a cop. That I don't know what it is in Wisconsin, but
Okay.
But
all right, Mike, let me stop here because I want to bring some of these comments that are coming in. We've got Jimmy Mack that said the officer was just.
Yeah.
Obviously, Stephanie Harris said it was ridiculous. David Andrews says that, okay, here's the situation from Jimmy Mack that says, if you've never been in a situation, you cannot understand. Consider these officers have extensive training. Jimmy, I'm going to, and I know, Jimmy, you and I go way back, and I agree with what you're saying. He violated restraining orders, disobeyed commands. Does that mean if my kid violates my command that I beat the shit out of him and I go to jail saying because I'm the father, it's okay? And because I'm trained in a certain way, you can't use that as a justification. If I sit there and tell my child once and they disobey me and I sit there and grab them and I put them in their room, and I'm not using this as the same example, but an officer shot the man behind in his back, not once, but 8 times. And he didn't listen to command. And I agree with you, what you're saying, Gallo, about officers are trained to protect themselves, and they have to be in every situation. They have to sit there and make sure. But when you got 4 or 5 guys already on your side, and you shot this guy not once, but you unloaded the clip in him, that's got to be a little excessive in my eyes, man.
Yeah, but if you got to look at it, Tony, if you back up that video, and I've watched that video, he fought with those officers. He fought with them. He got away. Then he's going to get in his vehicle where there's a possible weapon. The cops didn't know. The cop might have saw a knife. I don't know what triggered him to shoot. But, say that guy gets in the car and he drives away and he could kill somebody out there on the road. 8 shots is excessive, but that cop feared for somebody's life, whether it was his or somebody else's, and he had to shoot him because of the consequences at hand. But, it's one of those fine lines. Overall, I think police are learning their lessons here. It's a bad one. But as you can see, I'm seeing it now here in Southern California. Cops are starting to do hands off. They got cameras on them now. They can't do a lot of things like they were probably doing in the past. But to me, sometimes it takes shitty things to happen for good things to happen. This guy was, in my opinion, a piece of shit. He was a piece of shit. And did he deserve to get shot 8 times? No. But they had to put him out. And I think the reason why the cop shot so many times, because I think for a fact that he couldn't, maybe because the way he was in the car, maybe he didn't think he'd get a bullet in there. I don't know. But Tony, you are so right when it comes down to kids getting beat down. I have a personal friend of mine, literally lives a block away from me. His daughter's 13 years old, was beating up his wife. The mom was throwing a tantrum and beating up the mom. He gets there, restrains his daughter from beating up his wife, which is the mom, brings her in the house like not a headlock, but like a forcing measure. She's kicking and she's 13 years old.
Oh, hell no. Let my daughter do that shit to me.
Oh, I know. But hey, this story gets better. The neighbors see it. They call the cops. He's sitting on the couch with his arm around his daughter, trying to calm her down. And she's huffing and puffing and trying to calm down. He's like, settle down. Sure enough, the cops said, okay, we're going to take her and you just stay here. She goes out there and says, my parents abused me. He gets arrested, hands behind his back, and gets arrested for child abuse. Felony felony abuse. Now, granted, fast forward now, $7,000 later, the charges have all been dropped because he got a good attorney and he had some witnesses, and now the daughter's in counseling, and it's a big mess. But just that little thing, and now he had to go to jail. It was insane. It was insane. But I mean, but overall, like I said, cops are getting better because they have to. If they don't, I mean, bad things are going to happen. So,
all right, let's read this. Let's read this from Jimmy Mack here real quick, and then I've got my 2 cents to get on this because I've dealt with it. Many layers to this, and hard to compare to our kids. You need to remember these officers are terrified for their lives as well. Loss of any life is horrific. I spent 2 decades with the fire department and SWAT medic. It also never an easy call, and unfortunately, law enforcement is only corrected through mistakes, as most of life. Jimmy, I completely agree with you, but what I don't agree, and I'm going to go back to this again. You can't justify shooting someone so many times. How do you know when a person is dead? Are you just basically shooting because that's how they were taught, that they unload their clip, and once their clip is done, then we'll see, shoot first and ask later? I think that needs to be changed. I will give you an example of what Mike just said about his friend down the street. I went through that myself in 2017. And I don't really talk about this much, but in 2017, my stepdaughter, 16 years old at the time, she was dabbling with the things that she wasn't supposed to be dabbling with. We've all been there. I'll tell you stories about my life of going to PJ and doing drinking, but I never did it underneath the nose of my parents. I knew if I did, it wouldn't be a smack. No, it'd be an ass whooping. And I'm just saying this for the people that are out there. You may agree with me or disagree with me, but right. I don't agree. I don't agree in that heavy, harsh punishment that my parents were taught because they were taught in Italy differently. But we have the power to change that. Going back to my story. So I get in an argument with my stepdaughter because she has marijuana and she has alcohol. It's 8:00 in the morning. I got 3 little kids at the time. They're all under the age of 5.
Diapers.
I lose it. I'm sitting there saying, hey, I don't condone this. I don't. 8:00 in the morning, she comes back my Yukon. She wasn't supposed to be taking it. She comes back, she's all lit up, and I lose it. And I get angry. And during the anger, she's sitting there and saying, "Oh, what you're gonna hit me?" And I'm looking at like, I don't hit anybody. That's not my style, right? So she decides to go on Facebook Live and put me live.
What?
So help me God. Guys. I'm not. I would never lie. Because you know what? I dealt with it now.
Do something like that. Oh,
so,
I'm gonna whoop their ass.
Well, okay. So what happens? Is I grab the phone and I said, "I'm not your YouTube sensation." Right? Behold, this is the phone I bought, not her. I bought it. I throw the phone. I only throw it on the stairs. We have 2 stairs. It didn't break. She goes to the phone. She goes to the phone and laughs and says, "Oh, it's still recording." Right? She goes outside and calls the police. Says that I assaulted her. Right? And told the officers that nobody touched anybody, but I assaulted her because I grabbed the phone. I get arrested. I get my neck broken. I get my arm. Oh yeah, dude, you get my arm shattered because yes, and I never once disobeyed orders. I knew all the cops. I knew all of them, and it happened to be rookies that came that day, and they didn't know the situation. And they automatically assumed, because I'm 320 pounds, that, we have to sit there and manhandle this person, instead of saying, hey, wait a minute, you know what, let's get the truth, because kids lie.
Right.
I'll tell you this to the till the day that I die. You never have to remember the truth. You don't have to remember lies. And when someone tells you one story and then a half an hour later is another story, and my story hasn't changed from 2017 till now, and my whole deal is that I had to suffer the consequences of being put in jail in front of my kids. And this person not only did I lose my wife now because she passed away, not because of that, but she passed away, unfortunately. But now I have to sit there and look at myself and say to myself, this girl, she's 19 years old. She posts pictures of smoking on Instagram, doing things. She's got a tattoo that says death on her. I'm thinking to myself, I suffered to sit there and save a family the embarrassment, right? And instead of saying, hey, you know what, thank you, and I'm sorry, because I didn't want, you know as well as I do, Mike and Lisa, that if something like that gets out when you put it before you go to college, you'll never get accepted to college.
No.
So I did as a father would do to protect your family and say, you know what, all right, let's just move on. You know, it was a mistake. We'll move on. It's done. All he takes consequences. Go ahead.
I was going to ask you now, with those cops doing those injuries to you, did you contact a lawyer?
I know.
I got
That could have been
it's been ongoing. It's been ongoing. With COVID and all that, it's been ongoing. The next
we have was this, Tony?
2017. So it's been ongoing. I had surgery in 2018 for my spine, which they shattered. They basically chipped the vertebrae in my upper vertebrae by trying to put me in a car. They couldn't put me in it. I was big. So and remember, this is a officer that's 5'2", a woman, and I'm 6'4", 6'3", right? 300 pounds, 320 pounds. And she didn't know what to do. I kept on telling her, you know, like, please don't, you know, and here she kept on pushing. And meanwhile, there's 8 other cops. They're not doing anything. They're just sitting there. I didn't say a word. And when she put her handcuffs on me, obviously, you know, a person this size is supposed to have 2 sets.
Yeah.
And one set. And when she did that, she tore my rotator cuff. That's why I had Tommy John surgery. You know what? Came back stronger, man.
I hope you get a check, Tony. You better get a big check.
You know what? Here's the deal, Mikey. And people will come back with all the comments here, and if I had to do it all over again, the anger that came out of me wasn't because of the fact that I was angry that I wanted to hurt someone. The anger was because I'm protecting my 3 little kids. You have marijuana, you have alcohol there. A 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 5-year-old. Thank God I woke up that morning early because I'm a late sleeper. I don't know what made me get up in the morning and say, hey, go downstairs and check. Something, you know how you have that intuition?
You never know what happened, right?
And instead, I'm made out to be the bad guy. And the granddaughter is the queen of, you know, and again, I don't really care. You know,
whatever happened to
girl
her
today?
All right.
Where's that stepdaughter today, or where's she
at? She quit. After her mother died, she got accepted to Hawaii. She quit college, and then she moved back. She moved back home with her grandparents, and then I went through this whole deal. This is why I didn't have my kids for almost a year because of COVID, and they were trying to sit there and say that when I had my surgery, that I abandoned my kids after my wife died. And they were trying to play all these little games. And let me tell you something. I didn't have the money and I didn't have the grit to go and do it. The system would have won.
Wow. I know it's all about money.
And that's what I've been trying to tell people is that, you know what, you got to care, love, help each other. But man, if you can't expect, you know, gyms are trained, but they're also trained to have a badge to protect you and to make sure that you're safe at all times. And as long as they feel that they're not being harmed or endangered, then they got to stop.
Yeah.
And I've seen it more so. Never mind my situation. I don't care about myself. I've seen it more so than not that police officers tend to use their badge as a, you know, look at me. Nothing can happen. You know, nothing's going to get in my way. And it's sad because that apple, we'll go to the apples, ruins that whole bunch. Right. And there's always 4 or 5 of them that, you know, they got that short man complex, and, you know, police officers can sit there and yell at me and scream at me on Facebook, whatever it is. I got a lot of friends, but I've seen it where they have that short man complex.
That doesn't happen because my son wants my 18 years old wanted to go to the police academy to become a policeman. I'm like, listen, please don't have that mentality like that. You're a minority, you're Puerto Rican, and you're Jamaican, and what's going on right now, you cannot focus on. Just focus on good and try to do good, and don't think everybody as a criminal. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's extensive training going on now. But one biggest complaint from my buddies that are cops that are really good guys, in my opinion, they don't have any blemishes on their record yet. But overall, they pretty much told me they can't arrest people anymore now. They can't even arrest
No,
people.
they can't shoot. They're scared.
No,
See now, so let's go back to this now, Mike and Lisa. Here you are, you have an extreme where you can't arrest someone that's sitting there literally blatantly breaking the law. But then you have someone that broke the law, right? And before and they went extreme. So now where's that happy medium? Because we still need protection. Still, there's a lot of people out there that are. I mean, I hate to say this, they don't care about things.
But now they're afraid. Now they go like, okay, what would happen if I shoot them in the leg? I'm still gonna get fucked over. You know what I mean? If I tase them, I'm still gonna get fucked over.
I mean, there's still officer involved shootings, but it's almost like they have to get shot out first before they can shoot. Now that's where it is now. They got to make sure they're getting shot at before they can shoot. But I mean, overall, I mean, I thought about becoming a cop, but by the time I was out of baseball, it was a bad time. The police academy was closed, and everybody said, you're going to be too nice if you're a cop. And I'm like, no, because you know what? If you could see both sides of the story and still be the bad guy, still be the one with authority and teach someone a lesson before you arrest them. But, I mean, obviously there's a lot of shitheads out there. And you know what? One shithead, yeah, I know, but one shithead doesn't make all of them bad. Doesn't make all of them bad.
I agree with you. And go back to a great friend of mine that passed away in 2020. And he was an ex-cop in Chicago, 20 some years. He told me this, the difference between the police officer back then and the police officer now is that they have a little bit more. They rather than having that, I got a shield, I got to sit there and make sure I'm doing my job. It's almost like being a doctor. You have to have emotions because you see these patients every day dying, sick. If you are, otherwise you're a robot. You back then got caught doing something. You got a DUI. They'd grab your keys and they drive you home and say, "Hey, you know what, champ? Next time we're going to bring you in, but we're going to let you off." Now I know there's a fine line now with not doing that anymore. But there's got to be that understanding that you can't. When I had my bar too, like we used to have police officers sit in front of the bar, half a mile away, quarter mile away, wait for people to sit there and leave.
Pick them off.
So you tell me, where's that happy medium? Yep. You just sitting there just or are you trying to sit there and say, okay, save the public from people drinking and driving because technically you have 2 beers, you're considered drunk. So, anyways, but that was, and I don't really talk much about it, and I don't really, I got no ill will.
Talk about it, Tony. It's good to talk about that stuff.
Right.
Keeping that stuff in is no good. No good.
Hey, brother, I'm going to tell you this. I've got no shame. I've been therapy, losing my sister, losing my mom, and my biggest thing is that when people sit there and say that they know what you're going through, I always sit there and tell them, you really don't. And never take someone.
What I'm going through. Shit.
Right, and I say this throughout all my shows, and it's having and taking care of someone, helping someone, and knowing that maybe a smile, maybe how are you, your life. It's not going after them. I've got lawyers. These guys will do all what they need to do. But the key is, what? I lost time with my kid, and then on top of it, I sat there and was made out to be a bad guy, which I wasn't. And then I had to prove myself. Your court of law, you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. But really,
right.
In that field, you're guilty until proven innocent. And what scared me the most, and I'll say this to you guys, it was all over and done with. I told my wife, I said, I'm not coming home. She said, why? I said, honey, I've watched too much 2020. And she started laughing because we were very close. I mean, very. She says, what do you mean? She goes, he did that to me by throwing a phone. Imagine if she really doesn't want me to be around. She can sit there and say that I did something above and beyond, and then I'm in deep shit.
Yeah, like
I'm not
molested.
gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not. Right. I'm not gonna. And you've heard stories about that. I will never put myself in a situation like that. So what killed me was that rather than her going to her father, she had a father that was in the military, but she didn't want to go to her father because her father set her straight. You can't do all this stuff. She instead preyed on her grandpa and grandma's innocence, and they had a little bit of money. Actually, have a lot of money. And I looked at it and said, you know what? I guess it really doesn't matter about the three little kids. It matters about what a 16, 17-year-old. I think I've been through it. I've done things that I have to probably sit there and say, wow, how did I get it? I never did it in front of my parents. And if I did do something and got caught, I got my ass whooped. Very simple. Anybody out there, you can sit there and call all my friends, know my hand to God right there. So
I got the
I
belt.
got my ass whooped too.
I got the belt. But yeah, I mean, it is, you know, and you know, it's for my personality, wearing these damn masks, I get it, but it's keeping us safe. But I miss the interaction of just random people walking by and saying, "Hey, how you doing? How's your day?" I can't tell what their day's like because you only see their eyes.
Can
You
I
only
see
see
you
their eyes.
smile, please?
I'm like, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing?"
but you know what? You know what? We got a lot of guys still watching. But anyway, thanks for watching, listening, guys, following. And I'm sorry I went on a little bit of rant. And no disrespect again towards any police officer because it takes an army to sit there and do what they're doing and to protect people. So I give my kudos. It just maybe sometime when even in a situation, step back, like you said earlier, Mike. Step back and kind of feel is that person having a bad day because maybe they got in an argument with their wife or a husband or whatever it may be, instead of going and being reactive, kind of back and see maybe if you can change and diffuse the situation. So that's how I look at it. So.
That's what they're going to end up doing. You know what? A funny thing's been thrown around down here for LAPD, which to me is really bad. But they want to send these social workers out to calm down a situation. But when you got the heat of the moment and someone's got a weapon and that social worker's in there unarmed, guess what happens? You're gonna start seeing some social workers getting shot and getting killed. So
No,
And then
I
also, what if they had mental issues as well? What if they were
cracked out. What if they're cracked out?
Oh yeah, that too. I don't know. That's crazy. Don't
I
defund
think
the damn police.
I think it comes down to analyzing the situation that you're in. Um,
Trying to slow it
assess,
down. Yeah,
right.
slow it.
I'm getting so tired.
Assessing it. I mean, obviously you got to assess it because if you are in danger, your first thing is to protect the people that are around you and protect yourself. And
I'm
then
assess when somebody come to my damn house try to fuck with my family. I'm gonna assess some bullets right in they fucking.
all right, listen.
Chitty,
Okay,
chitty,
wait.
bang, bang.
So
Bang,
Joe,
bang, pew,
I don't know.
pew.
I don't know if Joe's still listening to us right now, but Joe, I love you. Thank you for the much support.
Joe!
But we gotta talk
USA!
about this. We're
Pew,
gonna end up
pew.
we're gonna end up in a good note here, guys. Because obviously that wasn't a bad note. We're talking about daily life, what people are going through. So on a
Right.
good note, our friend Joe hit a 16-team parlay, not six.
Oh, let's not talk
16.
about this because you know I'm heated about this.
Wait. Don't get heated. Don't get it. No swearing. My kid's my watch. Oh, God.
I'm mad
Hey,
about
she needs
that.
to find another bookie if that take that kind of action.
I don't know
But
anything. All I
I'm
know is this.
fine though. But
All I know is this.
Joe,
16 team, 6-1-6 to hit is astronomically unbelievable.
She
So
picked the winner. Joe picked the winner of every game on the money line.
on the money line, and they capped her $5, and she is so committed
Gallo,
to this damn
Gallo.
bookie.
I'm trying to think
Man, I would say fuck you.
She had first halves and second half. So that's even harder.
Oh my gosh. You know what though? First half, right on the money. She gave me the Packers first half, and then I went on my own. Second half, Packers. Hit it.
Well, I'll tell you this. I didn't use Joe last week.
The
But we
fridge
love
is
you,
so
Joe.
Not but what I did, I said to myself, I'm mad from Saturday's game on the Oregon Ducks. They did. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go and make my own. I did my half times first half because I only don't get with the kids. I get up a little later before the game. And when I woke up, I had all the games had won. I said, holy cow. and it was 9-0. And then going into the second second game, I went 5-0, 15-0, and then I lost the last game, the first half and the end. That was it. So
Man, hey,
you've got another follower, another lovely friend from Patricia out in here. I'm going to show you here. She's out in Florida. She loved you, Patricia Kimball.
Thank you, Patricia.
Oh, look at you. She said, congratulations, Joe, and gave us the handshake. Jimmy Matt.
Follower.
Jimmy, we truly appreciate your insight on what's going on. I'd love to have you on the show one day, get a perspective from an paramedic, fire department. You know, because everybody has
hugs.
Yeah.
I need a hug.
Yeah. Hey, and you know what? Let me tell you something. If there's anybody out there listening that wants to come on our show and bring a perspective from a police officer's view or from a doctor's view or whatever it is, it's something that we have opinion on. I'd love to have them on. Reach out to us. We'll bring you on. I mean, we'd like to have
hey, do you know what I'd like to have is this doctor that I listen to on the radio every day on this conservative talk show.
Dr. Ruth?
Nope, Dr. No, her name is Dr. Kelly Victory. I'm going to try and get a hold of her to come on our show.
That would be so freaking dope.
And she, you can ask her anything about COVID.
Can I ask her, does the vaccine alters the DNA, and should we take it?
Hey, the vaccine gives you a third nipple. You know, third nipple.
Are we gonna look like the Simpson fish with the third eye?
No. And then you get X-ray vision.
I want to know this. because Dr. Ruth was probably one of my favorite shows.
Oh my God, I love Dr. Ruth.
She's dead, I think.
No, I don't think she died. She's still around. She still gives her love advice. It's funny because I used to listen to her all the time.
I need to ask her how to.
Come on, Lisa, we want to know.
Beat up when you waking up at like 1 a.m. for some nookie.
Wait. Lisa, hold on a second. Can we rewind? Because you were cutting in and out of that. Could you repeat what you were asking?
One day, I think it was after we were talking. I don't know what show it was. I think it was something. And then I was waiting for my kids to go to sleep because my daughter sleeps with me. So my daughter likes to be the queen of our bed. So she completely took our bed. So now he has to sleep in the guest room. So I went downstairs. I like, don't go to sleep because I'm going to come hang out and chat with you and listen to all your little conspiracy theories. So my daughter ended up going to sleep around like at 1:30 in the morning. So I come down and everything was light, everything was turned off. So I turned on the light and I was like, wake up, babe. And he started screaming at me, no. You better be glad I don't have no gun because I would have shot you. I'm like, excuse me? You don't even know how to shoot a fucking gun.
No, but lady, I'm going to give you, instead of Dr. Root, you're going to get Dr. Russo.
We need it.
You should have went in there with the lights off. Went in there, just kind of cuddled in. Yeah, gone in there with, I think that was a night.
Guys like to be wake up in the middle of the night, like you're like sleeping.
Okay, wait a minute. All right, Gallo, you want to answer this question?
I mean, back in the day, yeah, but now
but now like
woken up now, I'm just, oh, really? No, I don't know.
I think that's what, like now, like if you're like in a relationship for so long, you can't do that shit no more.
No. I'm the other way around. I'm the other way around.
You can't do that shit no more.
My opinion is this: is that if you really have that chemistry, in any hour, it's nice. But there's a way. You can't just jump in like you were. You probably had too much eggnog that night and just open the lights and say, here I am. I was like, no. You got to kind of ease your way in because a man, when they're sleeping, remember, he's in that state of mind. He's probably already thinking about something during that state of mind while he's sleeping. So you kind of got to get him into that state of mind where he's going to come out of it slowly but surely. Kind of like having surgery and then coming off the anesthesia. It's the same way.
I just want crazy. I was like, oh my bad. Okay, bye. I'm like,
Oh,
We
you're-
need-
you don't even know
All
how
right.
to shoot a
But-
gun. I'm like, I know how to shoot a gun. Do you?
I wouldn't. Hey, Gallo, I wouldn't want to break into that house. First of all, she's a very kept woman.
there's booby traps.
Yeah. Believe me, she's got. I think how many stories you got? 4 stories?
No, I only got 2.
2? Oh, okay. Well, how many? You said what? 4,000 square feet?
Yeah, close. Close.
Gallo, just a real quick. Yeah. 4,000 square feet, buddy. That's pretty big.
All you need is a home shotgun. That's all
I
you
don't like shotguns at all. I'm scared to do shotguns. I know how to do a Glock, and I know how to do the other ones that
Have
share.
shot a shotgun before?
Huh? No, and then I don't want to. That's
You got to
No,
try
it'd
it
be-
one
it'd be-
time.
that
One-
should have fucked my shoulder.
No,
up.
no, they got these little pump action ones.
Yeah.
I've
Actually, you know what?
been going to the gun range, and I've been seeing people shooting with the shotguns. And I'm like, oh hell no.
Well, for the best protection, I mean, obviously the shotgun sits there because you can fire away and you can hit.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what? The best protection is the baseball bat across the head.
Yep.
Mikey, you know that, man. You probably
Mike
do those.
would be perfect for that.
I got the bats, but you never know now. With these criminals, they might be coming in with a gun too, so you never know.
Exactly. You don't know now. They're crazy.
No, you know what? You can always protect. Guys, we're gonna leave it at this because we've gone over our time limit. But you
Yeah,
gotta
we
protect
always
it.
go over our time.
We always do. That's
We have great conversation and chemistry with each other.
we do. I mean, we can talk about all you want. I mean, Lisa, whatever you want to talk about.
We gotta do like a love column.
All right, hey, wait a minute. Before we leave, just do your one lock out of all the playoff games. One lock.
Hold on. Stephanie wants to say something to you, Mike.
Is it double? No. I'm snipped. I don't use that.
I don't need to do it. He's like, I'm not having no more damn kids no more.
I was neutered.
I still do the old fashioned. Hey, I still do the old fashioned. I pull out.
No more kids.
You're rolling the dice, sir. You're rolling the dice.
Dude, hey,
He's
no,
like, I
Anthony,
shoot
no.
blanks now.
Hey,
No,
I can still shoot them, but there ain't nothing. There's no lead there.
never. Hey, Mikey, never say never. I had a friend of mine, man. He got neutered. Dude, something.
You sure
Yeah,
it's his kid?
Hey,
yeah.
if it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Well, that's how it is. You know what? I waited till I was 39 to have my first child, and believe me, there was times that like, oh man, what happened? I was like, and then, but it's meant to be. It's meant to be. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, because my friend, she had her tubes tied and everything, and she ended up being pregnant, which was crazy.
How'd that go?
I don't know how the hell happened, but she had her tubes tied, and
That's a miracle. Maybe the tube came untied.
and he's the same size of my the same age of my son right now, my youngest. Not
Totally
my youngest,
fine. Yeah,
10
totally
years old. He's 5.
My dad's being nice to me. He asked me if I wanted a cappuccino. I said, yeah.
Hey, that reminds me of a joke. What do you call a drive-by shooting in China? A cappuccino.
I don't get it.
A cappuccino.
All right. Here we go. We got Brian that came on. He did the lock.
Stever.
What you got with
Stever.
your lock, Brian?
Brian, give us your lock. I'm going to have Brian on the show next week. I keep forgetting. Wait,
The
Stephanie,
Colts.
the Colts as her lock? That's your lock, Stephanie?
That's Stephanie's lock.
Okay, Tony, give me your lock, man. Your lock. Buffalo, give away the points.
Buffalo giving away the points, or I'll give you 2 of them, Buffalo or the Bucks.
All right, my lock, Pittsburgh.
Oh
My
no!
lock is
I'll book that bet.
Oh! I'm texting you.
I'll book it. Here, Brian's got one. Hold on. Brian's got one.
Bucks
win.
Hey, the Bucks ain't playing the Packers next round. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. If the Rams beat Seattle, Wait.
If the Rams beat Seattle, then they come to you.
No.
The lowest seed comes to you.
The lowest seed. So who's the lowest seed?
I think the Rams are the lowest seed. But they didn't win their division, did they?
No.
No. So I haven't looked because I don't really follow, and I don't follow the NFC that much. I follow the AFC, so forgive my ignorance on this.
Receiver thinks the Bucks can go up to Lambeau and win. Ain't gonna happen. No way. No way. Tom Brady.
I bet you the line will be like at 3.
Tom Brady doesn't win in Lambeau. Nope. Okay, but wait a minute. My lock is the Steelers. D, give me your lock for
Bills. And bring down to -6.
I thought you were going to say Bears.
I was going to say, can you imagine? Hey, I think if the Bears win, though, if the Bears win, then it come to you.
Yes.
Yeah. I doubt it, though. I think they would go.
Go Bears!
I think they would cover the 10, but I don't have so much confidence in them.
Hey, put $50 in the money line, D. If the Bears win, you're making money.
If they win, I mean, like, shit.
Hey, you know what?
They got to be playing a good ass game. I'm telling you.
Hey,
why isn't everybody give Lisa all the props here? Nice pick, D. This and all that. We don't get any. We don't get anything. Look, she's shaking her. Hey, she's shaking her bougie, whatever it is they call it over there. Maybe I gotta do that. I gotta shake my bougie.
Because they love me.
Hey,
guys.
Hey, overall, I'm telling you, you guys laugh. Baker Mayfield's gonna shit down his leg. Steelers are gonna kill him.
I agree. Hey, let's end this one on this one here. What do you think of McGregor coming back and fighting in January?
Oh my God, Jake! What? Who is he playing? No.
Oh, they announced it today. So I mean, they're both. I don't know. If I batted for the other team, I would say they're both good looking.
Who he's fighting?
I don't bat for the other team.
Hold on.
I gotta say McGregor. I don't know. I gotta look it up.
Hey, McGregor hasn't won a fight in a while.
Dude, the guy's a beast, bro.
I know. I love watching him fight. Let's get together, Tony. Let's watch a fight.
The guy's a beast. The guy's a beast. By the way, so everybody out here knows we talked about this last night. If everything goes okay, fingers crossed, we will be having Mike Tyson on one of our shows. So we're in talks right now, and it'll be fun. You know, the guy's a great guy.
Wait, Tony, when you say you're in talks, does that mean you have to pay him some money?
No.
Oh.
No. I don't pay anybody. I don't pay anybody, brother.
Oh, yeah. Stephanie wants to talk about Jeremy Lin to get fired. It was a good fire.
Hey, come on. I mean,
so who is
Stephanie? Here's the thing.
I'm still confused. Who's McGregor fighting?
I'll get it for you, but
McGregor's fighting D's. You know who D's is? D's nuts. McGregor.
Well, hey, no, that Diaz kid. Remember that Diaz kid? Remember that one kid?
Oh,
Diaz?
Oh,
he was.
Diaz though.
He's a local kid from here. He's crazy.
I like Diaz though. He beats. They already fought each other though. That's the thing. And I think Diaz beat McGregor that time. I don't remember.
I'm watching that fight. We got a fun-filled weekend. Wild card action and McGregor fighting. The Jameson will be flowing. I don't
think McGregor's fighting this weekend though. I think it's
next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend.
You're right. Sorry.
But you know who is fighting Jake Paul and Floyd Mayweather?
That's a joke.
Do you hear? I'm like, that's stupid. I'm like a YouTube sensation.
If you pay for that fight,
I ain't watching that shit. That shit is gonna be corny as hell.
Hey,
who's fighting who?
Jake Paul against.
Oh yeah, that's that YouTube sensation guy. But let me talk about this because you know what, we're gonna go in a little bit longer here. So here's a guy, YouTube sensation guy. He'll get paid $2 million to fight, and he's supposed to be a pretty good fighter, by the way. This kid. Yeah, I've watched him. Yeah, my kids are all.
He's annoying.
Well, I mean, I've been called worse, but.
No, he is annoying.
Fight. It's gonna be scripted. I ain't watching.
I hope he gets his ass whooped by Mayweather. Honestly, I really do. But Mayweather's gonna always win, anyways. So
he's fighting Dustin Poirier.
Ooh.
Guy's a beast, dude. They're both beasts,
Yeah.
man. Dude, McGregor looks like I don't know what dude. I don't know if it's the Irish whiskey he has. You know, he has his own whiskey company.
Yeah, Prosper. It's
But
called
I thought
Prosper 12.
Yeah, that guy, dude.
wasn't
What's that?
he saying that he would? Didn't he go and say he stopped fighting? I thought he retired. Didn't
Yeah,
he
but
fucking
he's broke
retire?
now. He wants to make the money.
Didn't he just
Lisa.
retired? I'm like, what the hell?
Lisa, have you ever heard the terminology of
First half, Bama. First half, Bama.
monetizing your advertising? And what he did is probably one of the he made UFC.
He's doing the same shit Floyd
Mc,
Mayweather's doing.
Mayweather is a gold mine in the way he does his fighting, just like Oscar De La Hoya did in his day. He knew how to sit there and promote their fights. But McGregor will sit there and do the same thing. He'll say, "I won't fight anybody," right? And all of a sudden now he's getting paid what? 50 million, 100 million, 200 million to fight. What did he get paid when he fought? What's his name?
A lot of money.
Yeah, it was. I think it was like 250, 280 million dollars.
Hey, why doesn't Mayweather fight in the cage? Get him out of the boxing ring. Take the boxing.
He did fight. He fought McGregor. And McGregor.
No, but that was boxing rules. That was regular boxing rules. Get McGregor into UFC rules.
I like
I'll
that.
pay to see that.
My son's gonna be a fighter, dude. You wait. This kid can knock you out. And he broke my nose, dude. He broke my nose, little booger.
Are you sparring?
Dude, he's 6 years old. He gave his grandpa a black eye. He broke my nose. I was like, gee, and it hurts.
Is he learning how to box?
Oh yeah, he learns how to box on my head. Oh, dude, this kid's a bear. His middle name is Bear. His name is Luca Bear Russo.
Oh,
when he gets mad, this kid will come at you, and his eyes roll, and he just comes and he doesn't stop, dude. He doesn't stop. He wears his glasses like Aurel. Like, remember the picture of Araya, whatever his name is. So he thinks he's strong, man. Nothing can bother him, and he's got the vision. And he comes at, dude. His brother is 100 pounds. He's 65. He knocks his brother out, dude.
Crazy.
Okay, guys, we're going into 2 hours.
All right, we're gonna go so Bushi can get to bed with her husband. She don't get in trouble and get a little something. Mike, Stephanie says, "Put your ring away, guys. You can be listening to That's Amore, starring Mike Gallo and the lovely Lisa D, Lady D, Lisa Diaz. Everybody, I call you Lisa.
Just call me Lisa. I'm just gonna put Lisa next.
You can put whatever you want on. There's Mike's ring from the World Series, not the winning ring, but you know what? You made it there. Most people don't even get. Good.
National League champions. The Astros will never be National League champions again because they're in the shitty ass American League where the DH is. I hate the DH.
Well, you never know. They might realign it. You never know that.
Yeah. All right, but I love you guys.
Hey, I love you guys. Mike, great show. Lisa, great show. Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. If you miss it, we're archived on the Stables Media Network, also on the YouTube channel, Facebook page. Like us, follow us, contact us, guys. Stables Media, we're there for you. We love you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody out there. There's Stephanie, Jimmy, Brian, David, all these guys coming on. We appreciate it. We'll see you next week.
Showtime.
Next week. Hey, get your buddy next week on him.
Yep.
All right, guys. Great show. And I wrote down the picks so nobody can sit there and go back on them for next week.
Yeah, send me a picture.
Down too.
Send me a picture. Love you
See
guys.
you guys. Have a great night. Bye-bye, guys.
See ya.
Okay.